of how far in the process you are in that case in Grant County. I don't know if it's in the beginning. I don't know if it's in the end. I don't know if you're pleading to a charge. I don't know if you're going to jury trial, but I am going to tell you, and I'm going to be open and honest, this is not going to last. I will not continue this for a very long time, even though the offer is that this can be dismissed and read in if you plead to something in Grant County or something like that, okay? But I'm not going to give you that much time to be able to do that. This will be set for trial. And the warning that I gave you before is still the warning that if you miss a payment, not only will the court enter a civil judgment, you will, I will issue a warrant, and I won't say, no, I'm gonna quash the warrant. You can appear by video from Grant County, from wherever you are. I won't do that. You'll be brought here. We will go on the record in the matter 24 CF17, State of Wisconsin versus Sergio Kangas Capitain. The state appears through Department of Corrections Agent Corrections Annabis in person. We have Mr. Kangas Capitain here in person. We're set here today in this matter for a probation review hearing. Part of this matter involves Mr. Kangas Capitain pleading guilty to 3 counts of failure to pay child support, each count of 120 days or more. And it appears that looking at his assessment report, I believe he still has $750 or so owing in court costs and fees, and perhaps even Department of Correction fees. The Child Support Agency has requested a hearing in this matter because it appears that he has not been abiding by the court's judgment of conviction, which was a requirement to continue to pay child support. Ms. Annabis, please update the court. Let me know what's going on with Mr. Kangas Capitain.
He's currently in Minnesota at this time. I have been informed he is homeless. I do have records of at least 5 payments. It appears that 2 of them were declined at $100. There is still an outstanding balance of $750 due to the Department of Corrections. At this time, in regards to his employment, he has reported he is self-employed. That is all the information the Department of Corrections have been informed of.
All right, so Ms. Annabis, when does it look like it could be a discharge date?
December 16th of 2028.
All right, Mr. Capitain, Kangas Capitain, update me. Let me know what's going on. I know that you're in Minnesota, and I know you did request through my assistant that you wanted to appear by video or by Zoom, but in probation review hearings, it's an in-person thing, especially in cases like this where the court has a condition on your judgment of conviction, which is to pay your child support, and you're not paying your child support, and that's exactly why you were convicted of felonies, which means you could go to prison. These are class I felonies. Each count, which are 3, are 1.5 years of initial confinement and $10,000 fine up to that with each. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4.5 years. You could look at sitting, and then extended supervision with each of them. Why aren't you paying your child support? Why don't you have a job that allows you to pay your child support?
I'm paying what I'm able to. I'm not paying the full amount. I've been paying every month, but I'm just not able to pay the full amount of $1,200, I believe it is, every month.
All right, but then here's, go ahead.
Yeah, I know I'm not paying the full amount, but as I'm getting on my feet, I talked to my PO, down in Minneapolis, that the more I get on my feet, the more I can start paying more. But I know I'm supposed to pay all of it, but I'm just.
I can send you to jail today.
Yes.
I can hold you in contempt and have sanctions. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So why aren't you working self-employed? It's not cutting it. You're understanding that, right? You're seeing you're not making enough to survive and pay your expenses and to pay your child support. So don't you think you should look for a job? What kind of skills do you have?
Electrical.
Are you an electrician?
No, mostly just like electrical assembly, troubleshooting, and everything like that.
So have you looked for a job in something of that field?
Not at the moment, no.
Because that sounds like it's a field that could give you more than $0 from being self-employed,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I make money, just not enough to, pay my other child support, including this one, the 1,200 every month as well.
Have you considered, I mean, here's the thing. There are multiple avenues that you can go. Here is the thing with what you are. You're here for failing to pay child support. You are on probation. Ms. Annabus she's your agent here in Burnett.
Yep.
You live in Minnesota, so it's an interstate compact. So Minnesota is actually overseeing you. But still, Ms. Annabus has the power even still. And that's why we're here. And I have the power even still to sanction you for not paying it. You have other options that I don't see that you've considered, and you don't need an attorney to do that. If you're not making enough or you're not making that amount, then perhaps have you thought about any other options?
Paying with all my child support every month is about $2,400 a month, which
Yeah,
is.
there are options that you can go to and have a court hearing regarding those things. I'm not your attorney and I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do you. However, in a case like this, I'm going to tell you, I just watched my brilliant, awesome, fierce BFF, my great friend in Michigan, who works for the Michigan Attorney General's office because they have a totally different system. They go after the people who don't pay child support. And I just got the wonderful chance to watch her argue in front of the Michigan Court of Appeals on issues like this last night. Child support. There are many things that you can do, and it's not an impossibility right now that you cannot pay because you have an order. And if you think that you're not able to pay that amount, there are options and things that you must do before it can show that it's an impossibility for you to pay. All right. And again, I'm not your attorney. I can't give you legal advice, but right now you're ordered to pay those amounts. And right now you're ordered under your judgment of conviction to pay those amounts. I'm going to tell you, in Michigan, they send you to prison right away, right? Like they don't give you this option of let's put you on probation and let's try and see. Nope, send them to prison. That's what happens. So how can we get to a place where you're going to follow the court's condition and you're going to pay child support and not have me throw you in jail?
Is probably first to go into the attorney, trying to get that reduced, because I mean, something I'm able to afford, then find a better income.
That sounds like a great option. And again, you don't need an attorney to do those things, because that's added money and all of those things, unless you go and you look at some legal aid options like I forget now what they are, but there are options, the legal aid that you can look at in Wisconsin, and there are in Minnesota too, because I practice in Minnesota. We did that all the time. Attorneys do pro bono work with answering questions and things like this, not doing your job here and whatever, but you can do that yourself. So that it sounds like that's an option that you're going to look at, correct?
Yes.
So that's probably an option. What is another option that you're going to do?
Probably a better income.
Better job. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. All right, because you admit, and you've admitted you have not abided by the court's order, correct?
Not fully, no.
And you understand that the court can sanction you for jail time for not doing this, right?
Yes.
And you understand that by not continuing to not pay your child support, continuing to not do what you need to do, means that you can be revoked from your probation and be sent to prison, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want any of those things to happen?
No, I do not.
So what I'm going to do here is I am going to order that I find you in contempt of your judgment of conviction, okay, condition of paying your child support and doing what you need to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to order conditional jail. You're going to have to sit time in jail if you don't do certain things. I'm going to give you the ability to what's called purge that and get right back on track. All right. So the things that you need to do, and I'll give you a time frame. One is you need to apply to at least 5 jobs a week, okay? Until you get a job. So if that means that you're working at McDonald's in Minnesota, which they pay like $20 an hour, then that's what you do, right? Right?
Yes.
So you have to provide proof, and not only proof to your Minnesota agent, because I know that that's who you're working with, but I'm going to tell you, our agents are stronger. We do more things to try and help the system, right? You may not think so because you can go to jail. However, I can't trust that Minnesota is going to do what I want them to do, what I say on the judgment of conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
So you have to provide proof, not only to your Minnesota agent, but to Miss Annabis, all right? That you're doing this, you're at least applying to 5 jobs a week. That proof, okay? And you accept a job, one of those jobs if it's offered, because even $15 an hour is more than $0 an hour if you're not doing jobs self-employed, right?
Yes.
And so you can still do self-employed jobs and things if you have another job, right?
Yes.
And so you have time to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you living with?
It's kind of a rough thing between mostly somewhat with my kid's grandma.
Kid's grandma?
Yeah, like here and there, but not as,
The mom's mom?
yeah, correct.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. Okay, and I want you to get on your feet, and I want you to be able to get your own place, but it sounds like this is a good option. You have that. So where are you living right now? What's the address?
I mean, I don't really got a place to call home. I mean,
That is your home right now. So what is her address?
I'll have to get it from her or search it up.
All right, within 5 days, you give that information to Miss Annabis. All right.
Okay.
I don't care if you give it to your Minnesota agent, probably has it anyway, but Miss Annabis needs to have that. You understand?
Yes.
Again, within 5 days. I have a telephone number that ends in 7673, right?
Yes.
And you receive text messages,
Yes.
and that's how you need to be here today, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so if I'm understanding this correctly, and I have to go off of what I'm recalling, I think your past child support is around $40,000 to $45,000, right?
I believe so. Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
And so I also hear, and I'm not going to order because that's what you want to do. And if you want to do that, you do that. Any motions. So if you're going to file any motions in any of the courts that oversee your child support, that probably sounds like it's a good idea, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because otherwise it's not an impossibility for you to be able to pay, right?
Yes.
Because you haven't done all of your options, used all your tools. Okay.
All right.
So you are going to accept any job, the first job that says, hey, Mr. Kangas Captain, you want this job? You're going to take it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to start to pay. So what I'm going to also do again is I am sentencing you to 20 days of jail. But if you do those things, you get a job, you start paying, and if you're looking at the other options of filing motions, then we'll see. But I'm going to give you a little bit of time, but you have to figure it out. Right now, it's Ms. Annabis, it's how much a month is he supposed to pay? $1,200? $1,200. So right now you have to try and figure it out because that's a condition. At this time, that is the condition because I don't have any. Are your kids old?
No. So the ones that I take care of now are 6 and 7.
Are they under me?
No, Minnesota.
So are your children here?
No.
I don't have child support here.
The ones I take care of are 6 and 7, which are Minnesota. The other ones that I pay child support are just turned 18 and 16, which are
16.
correct.
So you're still, okay. So you're still paying here for Burnett County kids.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to talk to the child support agency and see what routes you can do, right? At least
Yes.
here, right? And do you get along with the mother of your children here in Burnett?
Not as much, no.
Not as much, but her mom, great.
Yeah.
Sounds like, because you can also talk to the mother about that past child support that's owed, but You need to continue to pay, okay? So I'm gonna give you a little bit of time, and then you're gonna come back here and you're gonna tell me all that you've done, and Miss Annabis will say, yep, I have proof that he's done this, or no, he hasn't. Because if by the time you come back, you haven't done all of those things, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you leeway with the $1,200 a month. Right now, that is a lot, because it sounds like you pay a lot in Minnesota too.
Yes.
However, I wanna see at minimum $800 a month, okay? Right now, but I'm just being nice right now, because right now your order really is $1,200 a month. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of time, but not a lot of time, okay? Because I need to make sure that you're doing what you need to do, what I'm ordering you to do, okay?
Yes.
And so what is it, while I look for a date, what is it that you believe I have ordered for you to do?
Accept my first job offer, 5 job referrals a week. Pay my minimum of 800 out of the 1,200 every month until I could get that reduced or whatever I can do with that. I believe that was only the 3 things that you gave me.
Okay, that sounds all great. So here's the deal. You're going to talk to the child support agency, correct?
Yes.
And you're gonna do that today?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Annabis, anything you want to let me know or you have questions about?
Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
I'm gonna set another hearing date, and that's where I'm gonna tell you that if you haven't done what I've told you to do and I've ordered you to do, I will lift that stay that I have on that 20-day conditional jail, and you will go to jail, all right? If you don't come here in person, and because you know that you didn't do these things and you don't want to go to jail, there will be a warrant, all right?
Yes.
And it is extraditable, okay? So, August 5th at 1:30, okay? August 5th at 1:30.
Okay.
Now, here's another deal. If you have a job and you're paying the $800 a month at minimum right now, and you've done all the things that you can to try and look at reviewing your child support and what you pay, then I will allow you to appear by telephone or video, all right? But only if you've done all the things that you've done and you're gonna update me, okay?
Yes.
But if you've missed even one of those things, you have to be here in person. And if you're not, a warrant will be issued.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that if a warrant is issued, kind of less lenient, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can come up here and you can get the notice for your next hearing. There will not be an order of any of these things. You have to make sure Ms. Annabis knows all of these things. You know all of these things. It's just an oral order. I'm not going to put it in writing. So you have to make sure you understand. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Come get your notice and you're free to go. Are any of you here for intakes, like for tickets where you have to plead guilty or not guilty? All of you need to go out and talk to Amy at the clerk's office, okay? And so she can help you, and if you're not supposed to talk to her, she'll just send you back in here, okay? But anyone that has like a ticket or something and they want to plead not guilty. Miss Hanu, do you represent Mr. Anderson on his child support stuff? Okay. I'm not really calling him right now. I don't have him down. But
Oh, is that for later?
I don't have Ben Anderson, do I? No one's in custody, no one's in.
Zoom.
Oh, you're on Zoom. Mr. Anderson, you're on Zoom. Do you want to be here in person
I did for the child support.
for the child support, but not for the initial appearance?
No, we don't have to for that.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out for the child support. That's later, but we'll do his initial right now. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CT 25, State of Wisconsin versus Benjamin Anderson. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. We have Miss Emma Hanu in person. Mr. Anderson appears by video conferencing. Mr. Anderson, off the record, the court asked if you wanted to be here in person for the initial appearance, correct? And you said no?
Correct.
So video appearance is okay, and you want to appear by video for this hearing, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. This is an operating while revoked. Ms. Hanu, have you had an opportunity to review the criminal complaint with Mr. Anderson?
I have. We would acknowledge receipt and waive any formal reading.
Not guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea will be entered on your behalf. You are entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial should you request one. Are you still on 15th Street?
Yes.
Telephone ends in 1614?
Nope, I updated it 3939.
So is it 566-3939?
Yep.
Okay, 566-3939. All right, may we send you text message notifications?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is a case where I'm going to ask, is there an offer that can be presented for this matter, Mr. Vila?
Yes, Your Honor. It would be to get his license and dismiss or plea for costs.
All right, so the offer is to get your license and the matter will be dismissed or plead to the charge for costs. Mr. Anderson, are you in the process of getting your license?
I was until I got in here.
Okay, so what is it that you have to continue to do?
I have to do the AODA assessment and one other class from what I was told from the DMV.
Okay, and do you need an ignition interlock device or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, all right. And I think you're in custody in another matter for Polk County or something, is that right?
No, Your Honor, he is currently sitting a contempt sanction for a different child support matter than that's up for today.
Oh, is that in front of me?
No.
Okay, so his child support at 10:30 is not with me?
So the child support at 10:30 is with you. He is in custody on another child support order that is not in front of you. I believe you recused and it's assigned to Judge Winton.
All right, yes, I think so, because I believe that case, I may have represented the mom.
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, all good to go. Okay, so we need a date, a next date. This is a Mr. Schmidt case. How long is your sanction?
August
It was
2nd.
August 2nd?
Yes.
Okay. August 2nd. So you will be out, and when you're out, you're gonna try and get going quickly and get that AODA assessment and all of those things?
I'm currently in kind of a hole, so it's gonna be a month or two before I'll have any money available.
So I'm gonna give you a little bit of time after you're out of custody. However, I want you to be here early so I can know if you have the money, if you've paid the money, if you've done the assessment, where we're gonna go from there. So Ms. Hanu, can you do September 10th,
I'm free all day, Your Honor.
9:15?
Ben, if you're out of custody, would August 10th at 9:15 work for you?
Oh, September.
September 10th?
Well, and I love that you asked, but he doesn't get a choice unless he's having surgery or something like that. So September 10th at 9:15. Okay, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor?
Yes.
No, after we'll go off the record.
All right. Okay. Thank you. We're adjourned as to that matter.
I was going to say, I also have Mr. Corbine who's on the Zoom.
What?
I also have Mr. Corbine who's on the Zoom.
Excellent. All right. Okay. We will go on the record in the matters 26 TR 427 26 CF 86, 26 CT 28. No, that's Walter. So we just have 26 TR 427 and 26 CF 86. State of Wisconsin versus Maurice Corbine. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. We have Emma Hanu, defense counsel, appearing in person. Mr. Corbine appears by video conferencing in custody in Burnett County Jail. We're set today for an initial appearance and an intake on the ticket matter. Ms. Hanu, were you able to go over the criminal complaint with Mr. Corbine?
I was, Your Honor. We would acknowledge receipt, waive any formal reading, enter a not guilty plea to count 2, request a preliminary hearing on count 1, but waive time limits.
Not guilty pleas will be entered on all matters. Well, and the felony will have a preliminary hearing. Are you still on Feather Drive, Mr. Corbine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Telephone ends in 4718.
Yes, Your Honor.
May the court send you text message notifications of any upcoming hearing dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so with regards to this matter, we need to get preliminary hearing, and you said within time limits?
We would waive time limits, Your Honor.
Waive time limits. I do know, I think he filed a request to be heard on bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
That will not be today, but I can set a preliminary hearing with that, and I can do it fairly early, I think, or try to, if it works. July 20th at 3:30.
That works for me.
All right, so July 20th at 3:30, we'll have a bond hearing as well as a preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Hanu, if now that you represent him and he had he filed his own, can you file your own motion? All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Corbine.
Thank you.
Louis Belisle. Louis Belisle. Delbert Benjamin Jr. Are you waving to me?
I was just gonna, if the court wanted to call Louis Belisle for whatever reason, he did get his license. So as far as the OAR,
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
we just need to
one
dismiss
second.
it.
We will go on the record in the matter 26 CT 29, 26 TR 380, State of Wisconsin versus Louis Belisle. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. Mr. Belisle doesn't appear, but off the record, Mr. Vila indicated that Mr. Belisle did get his license. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What is the state requesting?
At this time, we would move to dismiss the charges.
The court will dismiss all matters on prosecutor motion. Now, Mr. Benjamin Jr. I had to look at something anyway. I don't even know what. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CT 31, State of Wisconsin versus Delbert Benjamin Jr. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. We have we're set today in this matter for an initial appearance. Mr. Benjamin, did you talk to the public defender?
I literally got the paperwork a day before this, so I have not yet.
Let me look. It is an operating while revoked and ignition interlock device tampering. Did you get that criminal complaint?
Yes,
And did you read that criminal complaint?
yes,
And do you understand those two charges, at least how they're laid out and stated in that criminal complaint?
yes,
And do you understand those maximum possible penalties? What it alleges that a maximum penalty could be?
not fully.
Well, now fully, okay. With the operating while revoked, the state would have to prove that, well, being a person whose operating privileges have been revoked pursuant to Wisconsin law, you did operate a motor vehicle on a highway or roadway of this county and state during your revocation period. You drove without a valid license, right?
Correct.
Yes. And so maximum penalty for that could be a fine of up to $2,500 or imprisonment of up to 1 year in the county jail or both. Do you understand that? That's the maximum. You understand it?
Yes,
And with regards to failing to install the ignition interlock device, the state would have to prove that being a person who was ordered to have that ignition interlock device in your vehicle for a set period of time, you failed to install it like you were ordered to do. And the maximum penalty for this offense could be a fine of not less than $150, but no more than $600, or imprisonment of up to 6 months in jail or both. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay, and do you need me to read anything else on that complaint, like what is alleging you did and how you did it? Do you want me to read the whole criminal complaint, or you're
No.
fine with that? Okay, now, are you still on Loon Creek Circle?
Correct.
Telephone ends in 8298.
No,
May we get an updated, please?
218-343-0396.
May the court send you text message notifications?
Yes,
Thank you. Not guilty pleas will be entered on your behalf. You are entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial should you request one. Is there an offer that can be presented, Mr. Vila?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer is to get his license and we would dismiss the case. Otherwise, it is plea to the operating after revocation for cost only.
So do you understand that offer?
yes, and just to update if I can,
Mhm.
I'm currently
Yes.
working on getting my license. There's a hold in Minnesota, and they're not telling me what it is. I don't have any fines. So Wisconsin, I was told I got to do a,
The AODA assessment,
yeah, and then, and
OWI, and follow through
yes.
driver safety plan?
Exactly. And so understand all that, currently trying to figure out the hold in Minnesota. I have went to Duluth numerous times to their DMV, and we can't figure out what the holdup is. They keep telling me to call the St. Paul or go to the St. Paul one, and it's just,
I understand that. I do. And I was just talking to some officers and some other court people from Minnesota. And we were
Yeah.
talking this past weekend, we were talking about the issue of Wisconsin and Minnesota fight
yeah,
with this issue, and it's super hard.
yeah,
And so I understand that. I want you to get your license. Mr. Vila does too. Everyone in here wants you to get your license. We don't want you to have another criminal charge on your record, if you have any, I don't know. Or, to have any further costs other than, if you get your license and have it dismissed. So I'm prepared to give you some time to be able to do that. If you want to get an attorney, great. If you don't, you know the offer and you know what you need to do and the time to do it. If you want an attorney, you can talk to the public defender. We have one here who can go over an application, see if you qualify. That has a fee too, but that's your choice if you want an attorney or you want to just continue to represent yourself for a little bit, okay?
okay,
So, but once you get an attorney, if that's what the route you want to go, then that makes it, Mr. Vila can't talk to you,
okay.
okay? He would have to talk only through your attorney, all right?
May I ask just a quick question?
Sure can.
Is it possible I can get an attorney to figure out what's going on and why Minnesota is not?
You can, but in Minnesota, you can. That's super great, and that doesn't help. I'm going to tell you what I think may be an issue. The fact that you haven't done these things in Wisconsin could be your holdup and some ticket or something over there in Minnesota. So my thought is, and this is just my thought, that if you do your AODA, OWI assessment, and you do the driver safety plan and anything else that they say, and Wisconsin clears you here,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it'll make it much easier to get it cleared in Minnesota.
And so just to follow up on that, Wisconsin's ready to clear me. Minnesota has to,
Yeah, but they're not ready to clear you yet. You
Yeah.
have to do those two things
Yeah.
before they say, okay, you would be good to go to get your license. And you would have those other things. You may even have to get that, because it's a failure to install, get that ignition interlock device installed in your vehicle. And perhaps, I'm not positive, because it depends on the person and their history.
Yep.
That you would have to get the SR 22 insurance.
parents, yes.
So you got to do those things. And I'm going to tell you again, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like if you're not able to get a good answer from Minnesota, that could be your hangup, that you haven't done those things here to clear you here. Once you do those things, you're not going to be cleared to get your license until Minnesota clears you. But at least they'll go, you've checked all the boxes. Now go to Minnesota, get all of those boxes checked, and then you can be valid in both states. Okay?
Yep.
It's a process. I understand that. Let's get a date. And I want you to do those things sooner rather than later. I don't want you to come back here at the next time and say, Judge, I didn't do the AODA assessment. I didn't do those other things. That's really going to be frustrating.
I will look into it as soon as I leave here.
It's about $285, and you can go to Aurora to get that assessment and to do that driver safety plan. So do you have the ability to get that money and do it soon?
Yes.
Because they won't set your appointment until you have that money and you pay it, okay?
But would I be able to do it through my tribe?
Yes, you can do that too.
Okay,
And I
and the only reason why I ask, because it's, I can do a payment.
St. Croix?
Yeah, I could do a payment instead of all the way up front.
Yes, that's good. That's acceptable.
Okay,
Okay? So just do that and do it quickly, okay?
yep.
So let's get another date and give you some time. How about 1 o'clock on August 31st?
Sounds good.
Okay, and so I'm gonna just want to know your update of what you've done here. Hopefully, you've already done the AODA assessment and you've done the driver safety plan. And then we can see, because once you do those things and get that ignition interlock device and the SR 22 insurance.
Yep.
Yes, 22 insurance, then, we'll see, and hopefully Minnesota will open up and you can get it done. Okay? All right, so we'll see you August 31st, 1 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come get your notice and you're free to go. Brad Collins.
Zoom.
Okay, there you go. What? Nope, you're all good. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CF 82, State of Wisconsin versus Brad Collins. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. We have Mr. Collins appearing by video conferencing with approval of the court. I believe you live in Woodman, Wisconsin. Is that correct, Mr. Collins?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's about 4.5-ish hours away, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you talked to the public defender's office yet?
No, I just got my paperwork yesterday.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I have Miss Hanu, and if she will be so gracious as to, she's from the public defender's office, to log into Zoom, I'm going to send you both into a confidential breakout session, and then you can see if you qualify for a public defender, and then we can see where we're gonna go, because you do have that felony bail jump along with the operating while revoked, okay?
I do have a public defender down here already, so I'm pretty sure I'll
It's
qualify.
different. You need one here.
Oh,
You need
okay.
one in my
Okay.
county. All right, so.
Okay.
Mr. Vila, what, is there an offer right now that could be presented even though we do have a felony?
There is, and this would require some potential cooperation with Grant County, which is where his open cases are right now. We'd be open to dismissing and reading in this case entirely to that one because he has a pending OWI 7, 8, or 9 right now. Or he can plead to the OAR for costs and wrap it up here so he doesn't have to worry about it.
All right, so Mr. Woodman, apparently you have bigger fish to fry down in Woodman or whatever county you're in. What county is that?
Grant County.
Grant, okay, I think Mr. Vila did say Grant County. So you have bigger fish to fry in Grant County, but here's the deal and here's the offer. I don't know what's gonna happen in Grant County, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna give you, I don't know when you have, how far in the process you are in that case in Grant County. I don't know if it's in the beginning. I don't know if it's in the end. I don't know if you're pleading to a charge. I don't know if you're going to jury trial, but I am going to tell you, and I'm going to be open and honest. This is not going to last. I will not continue this for a very long time. Even though the offer is that this can be dismissed and read in if you plead to something in Grant County or something like that. Okay. But I'm not going to give you that much time to be able to do that. This will be set for trial, or the offer is plead to the charge for costs. All right. And to dismiss that felony. So it would be, the offer is if you're convicted or plead to in Grant County, I'm going to give you, that is a timeline here with this court. This will be dismissed and read in. If you wish to plead to the operating after revocation, the misdemeanor, and pay costs, the felony will be dismissed. And then you won't have anything to worry about in Burnett County case anymore, okay?
Okay, we could do that.
Well, I'm gonna send you in with Miss Hanu.
Cool.
You can talk to Miss Hanu, you can see, and if that's what you want to do, we can actually take care of it today, if that's what you want to do.
I'm pretty sure it is, but okay, I'll talk to her.
Okay, I want to make sure that you have the ability to talk to an attorney, to do all the things that you want to do, that you understand the whole process, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to send you into a confidential breakout session. I'll see you in a little bit, all right?
Okay.
We are adjourned off of that momentarily. Mr. Collins. Brad Collins. Oh, sorry, that was him. Zoom approved. That's right. Sorry, I didn't cross him out. Miss Den, Jamie Den. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CM 60, 26 TR 319, State of Wisconsin, County of Burnett versus Jamie Den. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. Ms. Den appears in person without counsel. We're set today in this matter for initial appearances. Ms. Den, have you spoken with the public defender?
I have not.
That may be something that you want to do. Is that correct?
Yes.
Before we even go anywhere down the road, we even do an initial appearance. Is there an offer that can be presented?
For Ms. Den, yes, Your Honor, the offer would be to do a 12-month deferred on the obstruction, AODA as a condition of that, no new crimes, in which case everything would be dismissed at the end of it.
All right, so here's what's going on. And then, so you know all of the things and you can wrap your head around if you want an attorney, which isn't, it's good. You should talk to Ms. Hanu after this is done. So if you can hang around just for a little bit and talk to the nice public defender that I just sent into a breakout session with the person on Zoom and see if you qualify. And then,
Well, did he say no, same or similar, and then it dropped off my record completely?
here's what he said. It would be a deferred judgment of conviction. That's the offer.
So
Correct.
deferred means if it gets put off, and if I don't get same or similar within a year, then it's dropped off.
You don't break any laws.
I'll
traffic
take it.
laws are fine.
I don't need to talk to, I'll take it.
Don't want to talk to
No.
a lawyer. Here's what I'm gonna do, though. So do you understand, did you get that criminal complaint?
I did.
And you can read, right? You understand the
Yep.
English language?
Yep.
And you read that whole criminal
Yep.
complaint? And you understand what's alleged in those charges and those maximum
Yep.
penalties?
But if it's no, same or similar and I don't get in trouble,
I'll go over that in a second. So, but you understand everything that's in that criminal
Yes.
complaint? Do you need me to read anything to you?
no,
Not guilty pleas are going to be entered on your behalf right now.
okay,
You would be entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial, should you request one, okay? You can talk to a public defender. If you don't qualify, you can apply for a court appointed at your cost or get your own private attorney. But here, this is the offer from the state. It would be like a contract, okay? You enter into a contract, which is called the deferred judgment of conviction. And you would plead to the resisting or obstructing an officer, a misdemeanor, and the other one would be dismissed and read in. And that charge would kind of hang over your head for 12 months, and it would have certain conditions. It would be do that AODA assessment with Aurora, and follow any recommendations and provide that proof to the district attorney and to the court within 90 days of entering that agreement.
so
okay?
it would still linger on my record?
Not
Is that
on
what
your
you're saying?
record. It kind of, it's just like hanging out there. And after a year, and let's say that you don't do anything else, you don't get another possession of drug paraphernalia charge, and you're just staying all well and good, and you can get traffic tickets. That
Right.
doesn't count, because that's not a crime.
Well, I mean, I would rather plead not guilty, but if it's only a year, I mean,
See, and
I mean,
that's why I want
I
you to
don't
think
wanna, I mean, I don't wanna be here. It's not my charge, but I don't wanna fight it if it'll get off my record is
Well,
where I'm going.
And it would technically, if you stay good and do all those things for,
Which I would because it wasn't my,
and here's the thing, you can apply for a public defender, and that's probably a good idea,
okay,
because then they can go over this document, explain it to you, let you know, I'm trying to explain it to you, the step by step.
Right.
I can't give you legal advice. All right. I can't say this is good for you, you should probably do it, or this isn't good, or you should go to court because I heard that you said it's not my charge.
right,
But I don't know those things. And
Right.
if you are not guilty and you want to continue and, have a jury determine that you're not
Right.
guilty, that's your right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this, the not guilty pleas have been entered. I'm going to set this for a status for a little bit, give you probably a month or so.
okay,
What you can do right now is Miss Hanu is seated right back there.
okay,
I do have her other client here, and I do have to get through other 10 o'clocks. Yes. Oh, where's Joel?
He's in the conference room.
All right, so you can go speak with Mr. Felisky,
okay,
who's a public defender in our little conference room. Go over the application, see if you qualify. And, if you do, it's good to have an attorney, but and he can even explain what a deferred judgment of conviction is.
okay,
All right, so I'm gonna set this for a little bit down the road, and let's say that you want to accept the offer and do it, you would have to let the state know, Mr. Vila, if you don't have an attorney, or your attorney would have to let them know prior to this next date. But if you wish at that time to say, you know what, Judge, I want to accept that offer, I want to do that deferred, we can take care of it that day,
okay,
okay?
sounds good.
Problem is, the earliest I can get you in is September 28th. Is this something that you really want to try and get taken care of sooner rather than?
I
later?
mean, just so I just want it done and over with it,
Yeah,
If it's not gonna, I have kids in school, I don't need that on my record is where I'm
Well-
going. That's the only reason, and
but you do understand that you would be pleading guilty to the charge, but it's hanging over your head for 12 months. If you do nothing, everything's great, it gets
Right.
dismissed. So, but again, that's why it's good to talk to a public
Right.
defender, and to see if you qualify, because you have to make that choice, and
Right.
you have to understand.
I'm
what
not,
it means.
I'm not a person that gets in trouble. This happened a long time ago
And
with me.
I know,
Okay.
I know, you're not here, you're not doing those things.
So
I understand your dad, and I understand those things, but that's not you,
right.
right?
I just don't want,
I get it. I understand completely. And so I want to make sure that you get to be heard and you can get this taken care of earlier if that's what you want to do.
it doesn't matter because even if it's deferred from that day, Okay, so a year and a half, I mean, I'm not gonna get in trouble, so I don't have to worry about that.
And I understand that and I get that. So, I mean, I don't see you here other than for support of other people, right?
Right,
And so, and every time you've been here, you have been polite and respectful and, you know, when you're saying your piece.
right.
So I understand all of those things. I have to put it on a Schmidt week.
It's fine, Your Honor.
I can do August 27th at 9 o'clock.
Okay,
And again, I will set it for the whole half an hour, just in case. I will give you enough time in that slot that if that's what you wish to do, we can get it done and resolve that day.
okay,
All right. But you're going to have to, or your attorney, if you qualify, is going to have to let the state know well in advance, that's what you want to do.
okay. So, like, let's say I end up moving back to my hometown, I
That's fine.
mean,
Where is
it's
that?
Minnesota.
That's fine.
Okay,
It's still fine.
as long as I talk to someone and let them know,
As long as you let the court know.
okay,
All right.
So they have
and
an
I
ad-
guess the state will know by letting the court know of change of address.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. This isn't probation.
okay,
Okay. But still, it still carries over to Minnesota that if you get charges over there, you do whatever.
right.
Then-
They'll come back on my
Correct.
record, right,
But again,
right,
I know what you're saying and I feel and understand what you're saying. Okay.
perfect.
But yeah, you can move. So August 27th, 9 o'clock, come get your notice, go to the conference room, talk to Mr. Flisky, see if you qualify, and he can briefly go over a deferred judgment of conviction, and then we should be good to go, and we'll figure out what's happening on the 27th, okay?
Okay,
All right,
perfect.
thank you.
She's gonna print it out.
What? Yes, she's printing it out. Mr. Flisky, this nice lady, Miss Den, she needs to talk to you and go over something. Mackenzie Frazee? Mackenzie Frazee? Miss Hanu with Mr. Collins. Oh, never mind. I thought you weren't here. Miss Frazee, you can come on up. I'll do you first. I called you. You got up. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CT 30, State of Wisconsin versus Mackenzie Frazee. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. Ms. Frazee appears in person without counsel. We're set today in this matter for an initial appearance. Ms. Frazee, did you get a copy of that criminal complaint?
Last week, yeah.
Do you can you read, write, you understand the English language? And did you read that thoroughly?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in your reading of that, did you understand what those charges are saying and those maximum penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need me to read anything to you? So are you living on 4th Avenue North?
No.
Can I get an updated address, please?
7369 First Street in Webster.
Webster. All right, thank you. And your telephone ends in 7273. Can I get an updated, please?
715-416-8600.
May we send you text messages?
Yes, Your
Yes, okay. Not guilty pleas are going to be entered on your behalf here today. You are entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial should you request one. These are misdemeanors, and you said you went over the maximum penalties. And, you know, the maximum penalties here, they do involve a potential of jail. All right. So are you going to apply for a public defender?
Yeah, I did call and try to leave voicemails, but.
And that's fine. We have two great public defenders here. You can speak with either Ms. Hanu or Mr. Flisky. Don't leave before you do, because you would have the ability to have an attorney if you wish and want to. And I did enter not guilties. Is there an offer that could be presented at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be to plead guilty or no contest to an amended OWI first without the minor child enhancer, and then we would dismiss and read in the remaining charges.
Do we have any BAC or a PBT?
Yes, the blood did come back. This is an RCS case. It came back at 2.2 nanograms per milliliters.
Okay, so I'm just going to explain the legal things of what just happened. This involves an allegation of operating a vehicle with a minor child who is under 16, because you're allegedly have a controlled substance in your system. Okay. And so that's a misdemeanor. And then there's a misdemeanor of operating without a valid license and possession of drug paraphernalia. So the offer here is that they would amend the first charge to a simple OWI first. That's just a ticket. It's not a crime. It's a ticket. And the amount would be, I think it's $937. It would $936.50. Oh, wait, is that the restricted? No, it would be $968. Okay, so that would be the fine there. 6 months revocation of your license with credit with any administrative suspension you've already received. All right, and no ignition interlock device. This is a restricted controlled, but if it goes further, I still have to order that. And so that is the offer. Everything else would be dismissed and read in. Okay, so there would be that amendment to a ticket and everything would be dismissed. If you wish to accept the offer and plead guilty, and I gave you those penalties, okay? And so that's for you to think about and to consider and talk to a public defender to see if you qualify, or a court-appointed attorney, or you can represent yourself, okay? So those are the options. I know it's a lot, and I know it really is a lot to think about. So what I'm gonna do is set this a little bit out,
Okay.
so that you can think about it, and you can apply for a public defender. Do that before you even leave, okay? And if you don't qualify and you want an attorney, apply for a court-appointed attorney. You still have to pay for that, $100 an hour, but you don't have to have a huge deposit, all those things. So do those things before you leave if you want an attorney. If you don't, that's fine too, because the offer is to amend and plead to a simple OWI ticket. All right? A lot to think about. I understand, probably your first time in court, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you out to August 28th at 2:00.
Okay.
August 28th at 2:00. You can come up here and get your notice. When you're done, do not leave until you talk to Miss Hanu back there. And did you recognize her? Right there. Or Mr. Flisky, the other guy who came in too, okay? And I can see that this is emotional for you. It's a big deal. I know, I understand. And it's okay. Court it shocks everybody, okay? It's not a place anyone wants to be, even me, all right? So I get that. So just kind of breathe and go talk to either Mr. Flisky or Miss Hanu, okay? And think about it. And if you want, let's just say, if you talk to them and you want to accept that offer and get this done right away, and accept that OWI first ticket on that date and time, we can take care of it that day. Okay? So lot to think about, and it's okay. Everybody here, if it has been in there, everybody here is here for this same thing. So come get your notice and then you are free to leave. Thank you. And I don't know if it was allegedly marijuana, but marijuana is not legal in Wisconsin. Gerald Jackson. Oh, Mr. Collins, I keep forgetting about him because he's on video. Mr. Jackson, I'm gonna do Mr. Collins first. I apologize. Thank you, Ms. New. We will go on the record, back on the record, 26 CF82, State of Wisconsin versus Brad Collins. The state appears, the same appearances. We have Ms. Emma Hanu making a special appearance for Mr. Collins. He's had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Hanu. Ms. Hanu, please update the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. In speaking with Mr. Collins, it was his understanding that the current offer would be to plead to count 1, the misdemeanor operating while revoked, and dismiss and read in the felony bail jumping. As long as that is still the case, he did not wish to apply for a public defender and he'd want to take that offer. All
right, you want to accept that and do it here today, Mr. Collins?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're appearing by video conferencing. Do you understand you have the right to be here in person?
Yes, Your Honor. It's just a long trip.
Yep, I understand that. And so you're waiving that right. You're saying, you know what, Judge, I want to do this by video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that I'm going to say that if the court follows the recommendation and it's costs only, I want you to understand that if you don't make your payments or you don't pay it off in full, not only will I enter a civil judgment, but I will issue a warrant and you could sit up to 6 months in jail. So it's very important that if I do accept the recommendation, that you do make your payments or you pay it all off in full, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood? Okay, so how old are you?
36 or
Can
35,
you
I'll be
read-
36 in a couple months.
Okay, and you can read, write, you understand the English language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any mental illnesses or disorders that you're treating?
No,
Any drugs, alcohol, or other medications?
no, Your Honor.
Do you understand you would have the right to a trial? You would have the right to have an attorney and to have the attorney cross-examine the state's witnesses or call witnesses to testify for you. You would have the right to testify on your own behalf or remain silent and not have your silence used against you. You would also have the right to have a jury trial in which 12 of your peers would be able to unanimously either determine that you are guilty or find you not guilty. Do you understand all those rights that you're giving up here today?
I do, Your Honor.
And do you understand that the burden is on the state to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States, your plea could result in your deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that the state would have to prove on or around Wednesday, March 11th, 2026 in Burnett County, Wisconsin, while being a person whose operating privileges have been revoked pursuant to Wisconsin law, you did operate a motor vehicle on a highway or a roadway of this county and state during that revocation period?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that the minimum or that you shall be fined not more than $2,500 or you could be imprisoned for 1 year or both?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that the offer here is for costs only, but I don't have to follow that and I could do the maximum penalty if I thought it was warranted?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you understand those allegations that are alleged in that criminal complaint as it relates to operating while you have a revocation?
I do, Your Honor.
And so as it relates to those facts and the OAR, are those facts accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're admitting here today you did operate a motor vehicle after that, knowing that you were revoked?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for me or any questions right now for Ms. Hanu?
I do not.
Are you entering this plea freely and intelligently, meaning you fully understand what you're doing here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's, so do you want more time to think about this or to actually have an attorney who is representing you?
No, I'd like to get it done today if we could.
And do you understand that an attorney could look at this case and could look for any defenses, and, you know, an attorney goes to law school so they can know things about the law, and that could be an advantage to you?
Yeah, I understand.
And do you understand that without an attorney, you could have disadvantages such as the opposite of what I just said?
Yes.
So you wish to represent yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the operating while revoked, count 1, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
The court will find your plea of guilt is done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I will find that you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. I'll find a factual basis based upon your statements made that you did drive and operate a motor vehicle knowing you were revoked. A judgment of conviction will be entered today. Count 2, felony bail jump, will be dismissed and read in. Mr. Vila, argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Collins is here taking responsibility for his actions and wanting to wrap this case up quickly. As the court is aware, he has bigger fish to fry down in Grant County that are felony-related matters. But given that this is just a misdemeanor level offense here in Burnett County, I think a cost disposition is more than appropriate. I would ask the court to adopt. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Hanu, you don't represent, you're just here making a special appearance. Do you want to say anything, or should I just ask Mr. Collins?
Your Honor, I would simply concur. Looking at a brief overview of Mr. Collins' open pending cases, I would concur that the operating after revocation plea here is the smallest fish he has to fry. And I think that the recommendation for costs gives the county back some of its time and effort, but adequately protects the public.
All right, Mr. Collins, anything you want to add or you want to state to me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so based upon that, I do, both of the arguments, I do find that it is appropriate for costs only. The felony bail jump is dismissed and read in. You have a felony bail jump allegation due to what's going on in Grant County. And so they can handle all of those other matters in Grant County. So I do think costs are appropriate. The court is going to order $443 in costs and fees. Mr. Collins, when can you have that paid?
Could I set up a payment plan? Or otherwise
You
it'd
sure
probably be
can.
like 16.
You sure can. I'm fine with the payment plan, but again, the warning that I gave you before is still the warning
Yeah.
that if you miss a payment, you miss a payment, not only will the court enter a civil judgment, you will, I will issue a warrant and I won't say, no, I'm gonna quash the warrant. You can appear by video from Grant County, from wherever you are. I won't do that. You'll be brought here and you'll have a hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And you could
Otherwise
set up
it'd
to
take me like
6,
60 days to get the money.
and that's fine. I can set up a payment plan, $100 a month, first payment by the end of July.
Okay,
All right, and then $100 a month thereafter until it's paid off in full, okay?
okay, thank you.
You do have the right to file an appeal. You have 20 days to file an appeal. If you fail to, you do lose that right. I do need to order fingerprints. You're gonna need to contact the Burnett County Sheriff's Department to see if they need them, or they can probably get them from somewhere else or take care of that, but you have 2 weeks to do that, to contact them, okay?
Oh, call the sheriff's office, you said?
Yes, Burnett County Sheriff's Office. It says we need fingerprints, but they may have them, but I don't know. All right?
Okay, okay, thank
Mr.
you.
Villar, am I missing anything?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hanu?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We are adjourned. Gerald Jackson. Never been this behind. We have so many CTs. Loving it. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CF 83, State of Wisconsin versus Gerald Jackson. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Villar in person. Mr. Jackson appears in person without counsel. We're set here today in this matter for an initial appearance. This is a felony. Have you talked to a public defender?
Felony for what now?
The allegation is operating while intoxicated, 4th offense. Okay, so it's a serious matter. It's a felony.
The judge looked the father in the eye and said, "I can send you to jail today." What happened next became one of the most powerful child support hearings you'll see. This wasn't a murder trial. It wasn't a dramatic police chase. It was a probation review. But the consequences were just as serious. The defendant had previously pleaded guilty to 3 felony counts of failing to pay child support. Instead of sending him to prison, the court gave him probation with one clear condition: keep paying child support. But now he was back in court because he wasn't keeping up with those payments. The judge reviewed the case and learned the defendant was homeless, living in Minnesota, and trying to survive through self-employment. He insisted he was paying what he could. The problem? The court had ordered him to pay $1,200 every month, and he admitted he simply wasn't doing it. That's when the judge interrupted him with a blunt warning. "I can send you to jail today. Do you understand that?"